The rules have changed. If you're using the same old method you used for preparing for your O-level exams in previous years to prepare for this year's post-UTME, you are less likely to succeed. Mainly because schools have started to change the nature of their questions in their post-UTME. In fact, the 4 subject combinations you wrote in your Jamb exam are less likely to be the same subject combinations you'll be writing in your post-UTME. Even if they are going to be the same 4 subjects, but their level of difficulty are way much higher than what you wrote in your UTME exam. In this video, I will be showing you what to expect in your next upcoming post-UTME, no matter the school you are applying for. And I'll also show you a step-by-step method on how you should prepare for your post-UTME based on the new rules. Hello guys, welcome back home. If this is your first time watching my videos, I'm Raphael and I'm currently a pharmacy student at the University of Nigeria. First of all, I would like you to understand the difficulty differences between post-UTME and UTME. When it comes to difficulty levels, I would just say that Jamb is medium while post-UTME is hard. It's hard because it's kind of advanced. If you pass your UTME by luck, trust me, you are less likely to pass your post-UTME by same luck. And the difficulty differs from each university. The same way you prepare for UNN post-UTME is not the same way you are going to prepare for OAU post-UTME. It is not also the same way you are going to be preparing for Uni-Ilorin post-UTME. In fact, I made inquiries about Uni-Ilorin post-UTME and I found out that if you rely solely on the textbook you use for preparing for your UTME exam, you will most likely fail their post-UTME. Another reason why post-UTME could be more difficult than UTME exams is that universities don't really have any particular syllabus or any topic that they require that you should cover, unlike Jamb that has certain topics that they indicated in their syllabus you should cover. So in the light of this, you just have to solve everything that has to do with the subjects that you'll be writing in your post-UTME. So how can you even know the subjects that you'll be writing, since it might not be the 4 subject combinations you wrote in your Jamb? My advice would be that you go on Facebook. Yeah, go on Facebook and search for aspirants group for your particular university. Join this group. This is very important because if you neglect joining these groups, you will most likely miss out on a lot of information and things that has to do with the nature of the questions you'll be writing in your post-UTME. And honestly, the school you choose might not even be writing post-UTME, but because you're not in this group to know what is really happening, you might not even know and just waste your energy studying. There are also some schools that uses both post-UTME, Jamb and O-level for determining their aggregate. Schools like Unilag and the rest. So if your O-level result is very poor, or you even use 2 O-level result sitting to apply for these schools, you might consider to change the school to a school that doesn't use O-level for grading their aggregate. That is, if your O-level is not that good. There are many benefits of joining your school's aspirants group on Facebook, so don't neglect this. Again, you should know that post-UTME has more to do with aptitude test questions than the normal questions. They require lots of thinking, accuracy, and time limit. Like the time limit is much lower than what you saw in your UTME exam. If you are complaining that the UTME exam time was very low, I wonder what you say when it comes to the post-UTME exam. And you should also know that they are most likely to twist their questions. It is not that straightforward. The second step you should take while preparing for your university's post-UTME exam is to get their past questions. Most universities have a past question or even a prototype of their questions. Nowadays, almost every school is now using CBT for conducting their post-UTME exam, and when they use CBT, it's difficult for people to really compile these past questions from them. But even if your school are now using CBT for conducting their post-UTME exam, you can check for past questions they used while they were still using papers for writing, while they were still using paper and pen. You will find it, although it might not be updated, but at least you will know the nature of their questions. I once went to write OAU PostUtme without knowing the nature of their questions. I just prepared with my normal subject combinations in Jamb, but when I entered the exam hall, I saw something far different from what I read. In fact, I saw aptitude test questions. I could have prevented this surprise by getting a pass question for myself. The next step that I would highly recommend is that you enroll for a tutorial in a tutorial center, especially around the vicinity of the university. Emphasis on within the university premises. Why I am placing emphasis on within the university environment is that most teachers that teach in these tutorial centers are undergraduates from this same university that you're applying for, that have once written the PostUtme exam that you're about to write, and they know how the questions look like and know what you should be expecting while writing the exam. For example, let's say that you are preparing to write Uniloring PostUtme. It is better to go to a tutorial center within the school premises or just a little distance from the school than going for a tutorial in another far location. But if you can't afford going for a tutorial, maybe just focus on your textbook and the past questions that you've already acquired. But if you can afford a tutorial, I'll just advise or recommend that you go for one that is around the university vicinity, because students from these centers will always perform better than students from other centers. Another important step that you should start implementing immediately you finish this video is to reduce your time on social media. I know that most of you, after writing UTME, you have become addicted to Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram and the rest. Friend, you need to keep your phone down, because if you continue the way you are going, your high Jamb score might likely become wasted, just like that. Because I've seen people with high Jamb scores, but their PostUtme will make them not to even get the course they want. That you score 300 doesn't mean that you can secure the course you are looking for. That you score 300 and above, it is not a guarantee. You still have to pass your PostUtme. For some of you that even have low Jamb scores and you are expecting to use your PostUtme to cover up your deficits, please learn to drop your phone and reduce your social media usage, because this is the time to go real in depth. This is no more child's play. So what I do during my time and even now as a student, so that I am not addicted to my phone, because most times I find myself on my phone on social media, what I do is to just turn off my notification while I am doing my study, and then try to keep my phone far away from where I study. Maybe keep it in a different room, or just go and hide it so that it might take me long before I even get access to it. Because if you think about it, you might just be studying and something will just come in your mind. Okay, let me check out on this friend, let me say hi to this person, let me reply to this thing. And just by doing it, when you find out what's really going on, you must have spent like 2 hours on social media. So guys, beware of this. It's a trap. It will take away your productivity time. So learn to stay away from social media. Once you are done and you've gotten admission, friend, you have your phone, you can stay on phone watching all the movies you like and everything. But for now, limit your social media and your phone usage. Finally, I will reiterate that this is the time to deepen your foundation in topics. While preparing for Jamb, most of you just read the surface level, but now is the time to deepen your root. Those difficult questions you were not able to solve while you were preparing for Jamb, try to learn how to solve them now, because you might not be seeing those simple questions you saw in your Jamb, because PostUtme is just like A-level questions, and if you're not deep in the normal O-level, you will most likely find it difficult or hard to grasp the questions you'll be seeing in your PostUtme. A textbook that I'll recommend that you use more often this period, especially for science students, is to pay attention to the LAMLAT series. Nowadays, getting in-depth is not as difficult as it were before. You can easily get in-depth or deepen your knowledge in topics by using ChatGPT. Join me in this video as I discuss how you can use ChatGPT to prepare for your post-UTME exam and get very deep.